Hey everyone, it is Memorial Day weekend. How you doing? And I've got a badass woman right here on the other slide. She's all the way from Florida. I want everybody, hey, give a big shout out to Trish Leto. Thanks so much, girl, for coming online.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm so honored that you invited me to be on your show. You're like amazing in everything that you do. So thank you for having me.
No, thank you. Now I'm going to take a call, actually, a tip from Trish. She is the unicorn breeder. Yes, she is the unicorn breeder. And I want you to know this about her because she makes you magical. And magical because she allows you to take 5 minutes a day, press live with purpose. And she's just amazing. And what she says is drop your hearts below. So for this wonderful veteran woman, you got to drop, and you got to drop a lot of hearts right now because she is outstanding and 100% amazing. Just let you know, Trish. So everybody that's watching right now, I'm going to start watching. We've already got people watching. Hey, Carly, how's it going, girl? Hey, for everybody that hasn't known you and hasn't seen you, Trish, what do you do? You're a unicorn breeder. What does that mean? What do you do?
So I pretty much give business professionals, primarily service-based businesses, I give them permission to come out of their comfort zones and use live video to effectively connect with their audience and really do basically story selling, right? So I teach people how to use live video effectively, whether they've got fancy equipment or not, and just go live with a really structured way and make sure that they are getting basically from going overlooked to overbooked. As cheesy as that sounds, that's what I do.
No, but you do it in a way that doesn't sound salesy and doesn't sound pitchy. I mean, you actually say that you said that your father was a big influence for you. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, 100%. So my dad, so I'm the daughter of a business owner. My dad owned restaurants and a catering company, and my first job, I was 12 years old working for my dad, who's also a Navy veteran. And he had a cafe and a pub and a sandwich shop and a catering company. And I would be back in the kitchen and I'd watch my dad do this thing where people would come into his restaurant. He knew them by first name. He knew their kids' names, their spouses' names. He knew what company they worked for. Like he knew who these, and this is years ago. This is like 20 plus years ago. And I would just watch him have a real legitimate conversation with somebody, tell them a joke, make them feel special. And then it was, hey, what can I get you today? So he always had that conversation first. He really showed that he cared about people before he started to sell them something. And I think that at the end of the day, as we do this thing online, that's what it's all about. We just need to make sure that people understand we legitimately care about them. So I go live to educate, entertain, and inspire people. And if they choose me to be the one that they want me to help them with their business, then they reach out, they let me know, and that's how I get clients.
That's awesome. Hey, Carly just said, she chimed in and said, ooh, I'm a service-based business. And laughing out loud, I don't have fancy equipment. Boom. Tiffany, Aaron, thanks so much for joining in. Start asking those questions, people, to Trish, because we're gonna keep talking. And please put down those hearts for her. She is a Navy veteran, let me tell you, and that's what I want to go into really quickly. It's true. It isn't about what number you are. It's not about, hey, you know, I'm just about, this is what I do. I get that a lot recently. We both have started being on LinkedIn more professionally and really putting ourselves out there. I've started experiencing, and have you started experiencing this, where you connect and immediately you get this big long blurb. By the way, I do this and this and this, and here, by the way, this is my website, and this is what you need to buy from me. Do you get that, and how frustrating is that for you?
I do get it. And the reason why it is so frustrating for me on LinkedIn is because I think more business professionals are kind of pushing themselves off of Facebook because they want to be taken seriously on the business social media platform, which is LinkedIn. And I feel like on Facebook, you know, you get, and I'm going to say this very carefully, but you get people who are in direct sales or some sort of multi-level marketing, and they connect with you just in an effort to pitch you something or sell you something. And I don't like feeling that. I don't like feeling like all you want to do is pitch me and sell me something just because you can see that I'm an quote unquote influencer on social media, right? Like I worked very hard to establish myself and my brand. And the last thing I want to do is be pitched. I mean, if you pitch me immediately, I'm probably not going to want to do business with you anyway. So there's a little advice for you.
Exactly.
It drives me nuts.
Exactly.
It's annoying. It's very annoying.
Hey, Rand, thanks so much for joining on. Rand Gold is a local entrepreneur in town. He works for a local jewelry company. Carly asked, along those same lines, you know, doing what you do, pressing live with purpose. So she calls herself a MUA. It's a makeup artist. And she asks, she's asking right now, how can a MUA, how can a makeup artist do that? How can they go live with purpose when, you know, I know from her perspective, it may take her 45 minutes, you know, to show what she wants to do.
So I wouldn't focus so much on the 45-minute tutorials. It could be something very, very simple. So what I would do is I use one specific website for free. It's called answerthepublic.com. And I would just plug in makeup tutorials in there. And then you can get literally like probably hundreds, if not thousands of questions that people are asking right now today on the internet, all over the internet, having to do with makeup tutorials, right? So then now you can go through those questions and pick the ones that you think you could be the best at, that you could knock out between 5 and 10 minutes. And I'm going to touch on that in just a second, but you can knock it out with between 5 and 10 minutes. And then you just go live and you do the tutorial showing people how to do the thing, right? So once you have that idea in your mind that this is what you're going to do, you could do it for 30 days. You could have, I mean, you could have content for 3 years, 5 years, you know, indefinitely. And you can go live. And if you go live with the structure of 5 minutes, introducing yourself, who, what, why, and how, who are you? What are you going live about? Why should people care? And how can they find more of you? And then you just dive into the tutorial, 2 to 3 minutes, right? And then go back into your comments, answer comments, say hello to people for a solid minute, and then close and remind people what you did for 30 seconds again. So, hey, my name is Trish Leto. Today I went live to talk about 5-minute lives and how you can structure your videos in 5 minutes or less. If you want to learn more about me, go to trishleto.com. Thanks for popping in. Press live with purpose, Leto out. I do it like that over and over and over again, right? But if you do it for 5 minutes, but no more than 10, then now you can repurpose that entire video onto YouTube, LinkedIn, IGTV, everywhere that allows up to 10 minutes worth of video, and you're rocking. Now you got your content all over the place and it's free to do that. So that's what my advice would be to a makeup artist, is start showing people what they want to know how to do.
Yeah, I know. I think the consistency is key. You know, like you said, like being consistent, not being scared to put yourself out there and to repurpose. Like you said, repurposing is huge. If you go to all the effort, like me and you, we've gone all the effort, is Memorial Day. We both have children that are either running outside, and God bless our husbands, or your husband is watching your kids outside, and mine are upstairs with their headphones on. If we go to that point of doing something together, we need to make use of that content and repurpose it. Use it for your Instagram, use it for IGTV, use it for LinkedIn. Don't just do it once and then just let the content die. Your thoughts, Trish?
100%. Not only that, but we need to make sure that we're kind of, if we're playing on Mark Zuckerberg's sandbox on Facebook, right? And this last F8 that he to have
Hey
a
everyone,
show.
we're just
Like,
waiting for. Oh. Go ahead, sorry.
Are you okay?
You cut out for a second.
Yeah, we lost you for just a minute. Can you go ahead and start back over again?
I certainly can. See, this is what happens on Facebook Live. Anything can happen, so we just go with it. Yeah. So what I was saying is that, you know, with Zuckerberg, with Mark Zuckerberg, and being on the Facebook platform, that's his sandbox. We're just playing on it, right? So if we want our content to matter and we want to get in front of more people and start pulling business from that, then he talked about at the last F8, you know, when he did his keynote, he talked about he wants people to feel like they're in a community atmosphere. We're using more Facebook communities, we're doing more Facebook groups, we're doing this thing. So if you turn your Facebook Live into a show, right? Like Vanessa's got a show, I've got a show called The Expert Connection on Facebook Live where I interview people. If you make it a show, if you're a makeup artist, then you could do a 5-step tutorial, right? So the 5 steps could be broken down on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So step 1 could be creating the right eye look. Step 2 could be lips. Step 3 could be contouring and cheeks. And each day you let them know, hey, make sure you tune in tomorrow for the next step and getting this perfect look for summer or whatever, right? And now people are going to come back for more and more and more. So now not only do you have live video that you can repurpose, but you have it set up into a 5-step tutorial, which you can now turn into an info product, and you can sell it. You could transcribe all of the videos and put it into an ebook or a book. I mean, there's so much that you can do with this. So don't make just the idea of live video be the hard stop preventing you from going into it. This is an opportunity to have content that just is non-stop all over the internet and make you the go-to expert within your brand.
I agree. I agree. People don't realize whether live or not, video is 100% useful from so many different options. A longer section like this is great for a podcast. You can strip the audio down and push it out to your podcast just as is. And you don't have to do much fluff to it. Maybe add an intro, maybe not, but boom, you've got podcast. You can take a snapshot of what I should be doing right now, taking a snapshot of us, which I'm going to do. And then boom, I've got something cool to put on Insta Story and Facebook Story or on my Instagram for the day. There are so many options, and utilize it all. Don't ever think that if you've gone to the effort, like you said, of doing 5 minutes, of doing 10 minutes, there is so much sound bites from that, so much critical pulls that you can pull from that and repurpose. And you've got content now for weeks that you could go back and forth between everything else that you're doing. So that one time that you go live a week, or maybe you're doing it 2 or 3, now becomes an avenue for you just to really explode on multiple platforms, just not on Facebook or just not on YouTube, basically. I do know we got another question from Tiffany Aaron. Hey, Martha, thanks so much for joining. Joaquin, Lindsay, thanks so much for joining. Throw down a heart for this badass woman. She's a live streaming badass woman. Hey, Tiffany, she says, can you please share the name of your website again? And does your method apply to bakers and cooks as well as MUAs?
Absolutely. So my website is trishleto.com, and the website that I use for free is called answerthepublic.com. That's a free website that I use to get content ideas for my live videos. Okay. So my website is trishleto.com. And yeah, so here's what I want you to do. If you're a baker, I want you to kind of set up your live video as if maybe you're on the Food Network or the Cooking Channel, right? You're inside your bake shop. You can have your phone on a tripod, right? Like, so I've got a tripod like this, and I really want to show you what I'm talking about, right? So here's my tripod, okay? I put my phone right here. Now, my husband bought this for me, but you get all this stuff off of Amazon, folks. That's one of the biggest things I like to tell people is this doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be high tech, and it doesn't have to be expensive. You get a light like this, nice O light. I've got a speaker right here, right? And then you can connect it, have it all clamped on, and then make sure you get yourself a tripod that goes to about 7 feet. So that way you can, if you have to have it in a certain position, you're not having to mess with it too much. But just really and truly make sure you got a good mic so people can hear you. You've got a decent light, and get yourself a tripod and bake. Start baking whatever it is that you need to bake in your kitchen. If you mess up, you mess up. It's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But just the most common thing that people ask you about is what I want you to go live about, because you want to go live with content that matters to your audience, that people legitimately want to know how to make things. So if they're asking those questions, they're looking it up right now. So that's why Answer the Public is a really great website to find that. And then now, again, you can share that video all over the place. And I highly recommend that you do.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, actually. We're having some fun getting to know each other a little bit more right before we went live, talking about our kids and our babies and whatnot. And we had talked about the equipment side of things. You are a big proponent, and I love that. You're like, hey, go live, don't be scared, jump all in. It's not gonna be perfect, and that's okay. And I agree with that. It doesn't have to be perfect, because here's the thing. I love those moments like just happened where like the sound goes off and I've got this deer in the headlights look, because how cool of it is that as a GIF or as a meme, and you're like doo-doo, 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 and you post that later going, what happened to the internet? Did it stop? I mean, those little things are cool because they're real. The internet's not always gonna work. Your microphone may not always work. My microphone's been off for 5 minutes, and then someone finally pinged me online going, you know I can't hear you, right? And it's life. You have to jump all in. But that being said, though, I do agree when down the road you're going to get doing them more and more and more, and you're going to go, okay, I do like the sound maybe of a $20 mic, and I'm going to try it. And it's all about trying. I tell people, try your equipment. You have to try out your phone. You have to play with the phone. You have to play with the light. You have to play with the microphone. Like you've got earbuds in, so do I. If it doesn't work, I tried I tried a microphone live at a restaurant last week, and it sounded like, it sounded like shit. It really did. And it sounded like it was just bad, and it was muffled, and it was clipping. And then I'm thinking to myself, it's a learning opportunity for me. I'm not going to take it down. That's content still. Somebody listened to that, and they asked questions. Don't take it down. And use it to go, okay, I didn't like that sound. How can I maybe figure out what went wrong, or how can I find a different way to do what I really wanted to do when it was really windy and I didn't like the sound? So use the opportunities, like you said, that don't work to just go, okay, well, it didn't work, but I'm going to roll with it. You roll with it. You're like, I'm going to roll with it. Whatever happens, and I do that too. Whatever happens, happens. And be proud, though, that you took a direction and you did something for yourself. Your thoughts?
I wholeheartedly agree with that. And it's funny because there's like an audio roll that Gary Vee released a few months ago on the Gary Vee audio experience. He's one of my absolute favorites where it comes to just like, putting content out there. Don't worry about it, just do it kind of thing. And the beginning of it, he does an intro to it, and he's on a plane and he's recording himself from the plane. I think he was just using like anchor.fm or whatever. So he's like, hey, I'm on the plane. The Wi-Fi is kind of crappy, guys. I don't know what to tell you, but hopefully you can hear this, right? And it was kind of lousy, but it's like, his D-Rock, is his video editing guy. They went with it because it's still content. He's going, this is something I was inspired to do because I think it was awesome. And I think what it was he was rolling in. He challenged other people to thank their audiences on Instagram for following them, right? And so he did an entire roll, an audio roll of all like hundreds and thousands of people telling thank you to their audiences on Instagram. And all the audio came in differently. Some people had, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It was content. And I'm going to tell you something, Vanessa, I got choked up listening to it. I was like, this is amazing. Like it got me emotional to listen to that. So that's why one of the reasons why I continuously tell people, I'm like, please don't worry about having fancy equipment. Please don't make that be the hard stop from getting yourself out there and getting yourself potentially free clients coming into your business. I mean, it's just we got to tell our stories and share our stuff. So yeah.
So Lindsay now just tuned on, and Tiffany said thank you. Thank you for explaining about the baker. She really greatly appreciates it. Let's go into 100%. That though. We wanted to both talk about that, about collaboration, about the concept of people see somebody that does what they do or something similar to what they do. It's two lawyers, it's two photographers, it's two muas, it's two bakers. And the little hairs on the back of your neck start standing up and you become like Papa Bird, where your feathers, I got chickens outside, so I'm gonna do a chicken analogy. It's like your feathers get all ruffled up and like, how dare he or how dare she, or no, I'm the, and the thing is we talked about this, I think that you're 100% fabulous. I think that you rock it. I think that you are the unicorn breeder. I think that you do press live with purpose. And I think that if I couldn't help someone on my end, I would totally send them to you, and I would be proud to do that, because here's the thing, if I have a question and I can't get it answered, I'm going to go to another live streaming badass, whether they're a man or a woman, or I'm going to go to another video editor, and I'm going to deliberately want to ask them, hey, I'm having problems with this. Can you help me out? And that's what you want. You want a collection of people that foster that relationship to help each other, because there is enough ground for everybody. Not everybody is your client. Not everybody is your tribe. Some people are going to like this person, but I'm going to tell you right now, I am truly honored that you came on with me, because you are a badass at what you do. You are the unicorn breeder. And I want to give you the shout out right now, but I want you to also talk about that collaboration over competition.
Well, first of all, Jesus, God Almighty, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Vanessa, you know, I've been doing this thing for over 4 years now, and I just got to a point in the last year where I started getting a lot of clarity. I hired a business coach. I quit my full-time job 2 months ago to go all in on this business. It is not easy by any means, but one of the biggest reasons why I was able to do what I'm doing now and why I was able to resign from my job, if I didn't have the network of people surrounding me, people like you, people like Brandy Holloway. I just want to give her a shout out real quick, and because she sent me this beautiful unicorn mug, and I just adore her. Brandy's amazing. Um, but if I didn't have that network of people, that quote unquote tribe of people, man, I tell you, I don't think I would have been able to do it. I don't think I would have been able to resign, because it's those people that tag my name on posts where they're looking for speakers, or they're looking for a live video expert, or they're looking for this, or they're looking for that. And that's on, you know, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram. I mean, I see my name all over the place, and it's not for lack of showing up. And it's certainly, you know, I call myself the expert connection, because I connect with other experts. And if nothing else, like you said, if nothing else, it allows me the opportunity to make sure that when I say, hey, I've got a guy for that, or I've got a gal for that, if somebody reaches out to me and I don't have capacity to help them, or I'm not sure about some of the more like video editing piece of live video, then I'm gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna get you connected to Vanessa Lane, because I know she's got capacity to help you, and I know that she knows how to do this, right? And that, first of all, it makes me look great, and I'm gonna say this out loud. I want people to remember this. It makes you look so good when you connect people who do something similar to you with a prospective client. Are you kidding me? You think Vanessa wouldn't appreciate that, and she wouldn't reciprocate that, right? So it's just, at the end of the day, it's like you walk into a networking group, you see all these people sitting at a table in this small space. We have the internet that allows us no space. Like we're not confined to anything. So we can build our networks to hundreds and thousands of people who are available to collaborate with us, to network with us, to be fellow speakers at certain places. That's what this is all about for me, because I would not be in the position that I'm in right now, and I'm pretty sure Vanessa feels the same way about her business, if it was not for the connecting and the collaboration that I have done. So 100% Vanessa, and thank you very much, because you are unbelievable with your videos. Like, I have so much respect for you.
Oh, well, thank you. It's really an honor and pleasure. It really, truly is to get to talk to you. We got more people online. So, hey, Tiffany. Hey, Carly. Hey, Rand. You pop back on. They're all watching. Hey, drop hearts for her. This lady's a badass. Like, drop hearts for her. I mean, and that's one of the things. That I want to talk about. Is you made a really good point recently of saying that it's okay to say that you're good at something. It's okay to say that you're the expert at something. It's okay to say, I'm here to help you. And that we think that somehow asking for that, or asking for, like you said, the hearts, or asking for the acknowledgement, or asking for the questions, we've somehow along the way, our kids do it all the time. Our kids ask, hey, mommy, can I have a bag of chips? Hey, mommy, can I do this? Or hey, mommy, I want to do this, or I want to jump off a bridge. You know, who knows what they're going to say? My 10-year-old who knows what she's going to say. God bless her. But we somehow feel reserved sometimes as adults, saying, oh, what if? Like what if I lose my words? What if, like for me, what if I use so every single word? It's my go-to word. So this, so that, so that. Who the heck cares? What if a lot of things? What if the lights went off and the internet failed and quote, Ralph broke the internet? You know, what if? But it's okay to acknowledge that, hey, I'm the expert, or hey, I'm here to help, or hey, I can help you, and I am good at this. And this person, like you said, this person can help you. I'm not the expert, but she is, or he is, or, you know, why do you think it's in the way of people being able to say that, to acknowledge? It's not being, it's not being cocky. It's nothing to do with that. It's just saying, this is what I am. I am here to help.
I think, you know, it's so funny. I literally just interviewed a really wonderful psychologist. I think it was Friday or Thursday afternoon. I don't know. My days get lost. But her name is Dr. Emmy Astacio, and I interviewed her on Facebook Live a few days ago, and now it's on my podcast. But her primary thing is talking about imposter syndrome. She wrote a book about it, and I asked her, I was like, so do you think that this imposter syndrome piece comes from this, conditioning that we've dealt with for so long? It's for like a 20-year span. I feel like, at least in my lifetime, about a good 20-year span, we went from being told, hey, we should be confident, to finally owning our confidence. And now it's like, oh, well, if you're too confident, you're cocky and you're full of yourself. Well, no, what if it's just that, hey, I've worked my ass off and I've reached goals. And as I've reached goals, I'm able to teach other people how to do the same thing, right? So, and I think that too many, especially online marketers these days, because there's so many young people out there that are doing these things and they're renting, Lambos and getting their photo taken with money flying around. There's no true gauge to success. Your gauge to success is what success looks like to you as an individual person, right? So for me, I do toot my own horn and I do say, hell yeah, I'm good at this thing because I've worked my butt off to be good at this thing. And I've worked my butt off to connect with and collaborate with and network with other people who are equally as good, if not a hell of a lot better at it. And I continuously learn and grow from them. So imposter syndrome it's life. That's just who we are as humans. We're always going to compare ourselves to others, and that's fine. But don't allow that to stop you from owning your genius, stepping into your zone of genius, coming out of your comfort zone, and helping other people do the same thing. Because if somebody thinks that I'm full of myself, okay, like, fine. You know where the block and unfollow button is. I'm not gonna hide away from being proud of who the hell I am and what I do and my skill set. There's no way I'm ever going to do that again, because that's what put me in a very hard financial predicament 10 years ago. And I'll never go back there again.
Exactly. Hey, I got George Febish. He's watching. So is Rich Cardona. Hey, Rich, another veteran. Thank you for your service. He says, two of the best. Hey, Arnell, thanks for watching. Lori McNeil says, yes, be proud of your accomplishments. Exactly. Everybody has worked hard to where they've become, of who they've become, of whether you're an expert at banking or finance or live or photography. Be proud, because you put in the hours, you put in the blood, sweat, and tears to absolutely do what you do. So yes, I wholeheartedly agree. Hey everyone, if you're just joining in, I've got Trish Leto online. She is the unicorn breeder. She lets you press live with purpose. Please like, heart this right now. Hey Rich, yes, realness. I want you to do all that right now, and I want you to share this. So everything okay, Trish?
I don't know. Can you give me just 1 second? I just want to check on my husband, because I think I heard him screaming at my son. I hope that they're okay. Give me 1 second, okay?
Go ahead. So go ahead. Go ahead. No worries. So everyone that you're watching right now, I am with Trish Leto live. We are talking with her. She is a badass live streaming woman out of Florida. She is a veteran. So everybody watching, happy Memorial Day. If you are a veteran, you're currently in the military, thank you so much for all that you do constantly, for your service for this country. And those that have lost their lives, we think of you constantly and often. How's it going? Everything okay?
We're good. I just get a little bit nervous because we have a really big hornet and wasp problem in our area in Tampa right now. And I mean, I'm not even kidding you. I think we killed like 6 wasps yesterday, and then there's hornets, and they were coming in and like landing in our pool. And I heard my husband yell, but I think he was just yelling at my son. So we're good.
All right. So as we're talking really right now, I want to go a little bit more personal. I want people, we talked about where to find you. I want you to still keep hearting, keep sharing. Go to her pages, pull up another window, and while you're listening to this, don't go away. Make sure to go and like Trish Leto, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, do that all, and then come back and keep answering and talking and sharing and all that love and hearts, lots of hearts for her. I want to learn a little bit more about you. You are a veteran. It says online, I did a little research, it says 18 years in the mortgage industry. Is that correct?
It is correct. So I was a helicopter mechanic in the Navy for 4 years, and I got out in August of 2000, and I could not find a job for 7 months. no one would hire me. So, you know, I finally stumbled. Ended up working for a financial advisor for a short time, and then I stumbled into the mortgage industry. It was literally like, hey, we're hiring. Do you want something different? And I took it. And then 18 years later, I just resigned from that profession, like I said, 2 months ago. So a big part of what I do now is, you know, I it's I definitely have a special place in my heart for my fellow veterans, men and women, who are transitioning out of military life and trying to get themselves into the civilian workforce, because it's not an easy thing to do. And I want them to know that been there, done that, understand it, and B, I want them to know that there are ways to make that happen. And because I think some of them, there's so many nonprofits out there that do this thing for them and they're available, but I think that it's overwhelming to have so much information available and not really have anybody reach out to them and give them full direction. So that's kind of what I use live video for. It's a big part of my mission, because I do have a mission. You know, I want to empower as many entrepreneurs and business professionals as I can to use live video to story sell and get them either placed into a job or understand that the entrepreneurial world, while scary, is in fact doable, and there's a whole network of people out there supporting them. So that's a lot of why I do what I do now. And you know, trust me, there's tons of layers of a story within that, but that's the short version. Yeah.
Nice. I've got a few more people. Kim Moss. Hey, Kim, thanks so much for joining us. And so in Florida, what's the weather right now?
It's gorgeous. It's, I don't know, 90 something, and we're in the pool. The kids are in the pool. The pool's like 85. It's gorgeous, right?
And you have two, correct?
I have two little kids. Yeah, my daughter's going to be 5 in August, and my son is 3.5, and he operates at 2 speeds: sleeping and about 150 miles an hour. That's it.
The only way to be. The only way to be. Let me tell you, all in. He's an all-in type of guy. That's fantastic. We're going to play a quick little game, though, to learn just a little bit more about you on the fly, and then we're going to get back to a few more questions that people are asking. Just a little game. I'm going to give you 2 options and just see what rolls with it, all right?
All right.
All right. Black or white?
White.
Pepperoni or cheese?
Pepperoni.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Hell yes or hell no?
Hell yes.
Cream or milk?
Cream.
And my favorite, wine or spirits?
Wine.
And we're going to leave it there. Let's get back into a little bit. You talked about your mission of helping others along the way, of helping transitions. I find I hear one of the first things I hear from people is, I'm an introvert, I'm scared. You know, what if? I hear 2 things. I'm an introvert, I'm scared. And the other thing is, I've tried and nobody watches. And that hurts my feelings. And both of those are very emotional responses. They're very emotional responses, and I get that. What would you tell someone? The first part being, you know, that I'm an introvert and I'm scared.
It's a 2-part answer for me. Part 1 is, if you're truly that scared and you're truly that introverted, that's okay. Then you need to really connect and follow the people who are the extroverts, like Vanessa and like myself, who go live regularly, or other people within your industry, your niche, who are going live regularly. You need to be hopping onto their live videos, engaging with them, commenting, giving your own tips, a little bit of a follow-up, and then allow yourself to be the person that other people are connecting with because you engage so much. Because the more you engage in a live video of somebody else's, they're going to give you shout outs and be like, hey, thank you so much for popping in. They're going to talk about who you are. They're going to get, you know, they're going to give you a couple of tips and say, hey, make sure you go follow that person. Because I might not be an introvert, but a large reason why my network is what it is because of the introverts out there who hop onto my live videos and they share my videos, right? They share my videos. So when they pop onto my lives, I shout them out even more and go, hey, you need to go check that person out. They're not doing a whole lot of live video, but they're somebody who is going to share out every single time you go live or share more things about your content, or here's what they do, right? So for people who never see themselves going live ever, that's okay. Just make sure you're connecting and you're networking with the people who do. The other thing is, hi, my son. Okay, you can sit on my lap for just a second. Come here. Sorry, this is my leg. He came in. I know. Here.
Yay.
So the other thing is, this is Nicholas. Say hi.
Hi. Hi, Nicholas. Hey.
All right, Daddy's coming to get him now. All right, go on. I'm almost done, Daddy. I promise. Give me a kiss. Mwah, I love you. I'm going to give you lots of hugs and kisses in just a little bit, okay? Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. So the other piece to that is, if you don't want to have your face on your screen, then don't have your face on your screen. You can always share your screen, right? So let's say you're a website designer and you want to share your screen and you want to do an audit of somebody's website, right? So you can offer people, hey, I wanted to offer free audit to 5 people. And now you've got 5 different people who you are showing people their website, giving them an opportunity to network their stuff out even more. And you get to show your skill set. And I would choose, if I were a website designer, I would choose the top 5 types of businesses that you excel at building websites for, right? So now, and you're getting yourself out there. So you can always share your screen and do something like that. Or you could put together a slide deck in like Google Slides for free, share your screen and put people through essentially like a webinar and do it that way. So, I mean, and there's, again, you know, people who say, well, I've done live video and nobody pops in. Okay. Go back into those live videos. I mean, was the content good? Did you have a good title or description? Is it something that people are actually going to want to watch? Or are you just going live and just throwing it against the wall to see if it sticks kind of a thing? Because if that's the case, then that could be why not a lot of people engaged with you, right? So you have to really test it out. And if you're just starting out, you're not necessarily going to get a huge amount of viewers. I didn't always get 20 to 30 to 40 people hop on my lives all the time. Even now, I might get 2, maybe 5 people that pop on. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to do the live video. I'm still going to do it because I'm still going to get replays. I'm still going to get views, and I'm going to repurpose it like crazy. So again, if you're introverted, like, listen, I'm giving you basically an introvert's guide to live video.
She's laying it down.
There you go. Yeah.
She's laying it down. You know, Trish is a very giving woman, and she's very passionate about what she does. And normally at this time, I actually say, hey, can you give one tip? Because I like to make this like you, very story-based. I want them to learn who you are, what you do, and so on. But let me tell you, this woman has just laid down a ton in 35 minutes. A ton of legit content that if you weren't following her page, you need to be following her page. And she's absolutely right. It takes time. If you just started out, it's going to get people, they have to get used to what you do. And at the time that you do it, I mean, I know that, Trish, you're very consistent about you go live on certain days around certain times. Sometimes you pop on and say, hi, I have something to say, but you're very consistent about letting people know where to find you, where to follow you, when you're going to be on, what you're talking about. And you have to let people know, and then you have to give them time to adjust. It's no different when, you know, you're... excuse the expression, I've never seen The Walking Dead. Oh my goodness. I mean, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I've never seen The Walking Dead. But some people get irritated when the show doesn't come on at such and such time, at such and such place. They get used to where to follow you, where to find you, what to look up, and then they know if they missed it, they can go back. So consistency, I think, like you said, is huge. And then not worrying about necessarily the vanity metrics, not worry about how many were online then, but seeing, are you hitting, are they talking back to you? Are they asking those questions to you? And if they're not, ask them back. Ask them, what do they want to hear? Because that's what they want to listen to, is that's what they're interested in. So talk to what they want to hear about, and not just start the conversation. And if it's not working because, maybe I talked about, like last week, I talked about voiceovers, and maybe nobody wanted to hear about voiceovers. I could still say, hey, what do you struggle with when it comes to, editing sound on your video? What is the one thing that you come up with? Do you find that your videos blow out? Do you find that you can't hear yourself? I mean, what are your questions? And if they drop questions, those are the things to talk about. Those are the things they want to know. And then go to that website that you suggested. I want you to say it again real quick, and look at all the possibilities of what you could talk about live. What was that website again, Trish?
It's called answerthepublic.com, and it's free. You can ask, I think, up to 2 or 3 per day for free. And like I said, I mean, I'll go in and I say, I went in the other day and I did a Facebook Live showing people how to do this. Again, I shared my screen, right? And I plugged it in. I went Facebook Live, and people watched me do it. And I had 894 questions that came up. And I downloaded it onto a CSV file that went into an Excel spreadsheet, so then I can go through all of those questions. 894 questions, that's almost 3 years worth of content.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It's like people tell me that they don't go, like for me, my favorite thing is to just put a hard stop on excuses, because that's what it is for most people. I don't go live because I don't know what to talk about. No, it's not that you don't know what to talk about. It's because you're actually scared to come out of your comfort zone, because the internet is asking you questions every single day. Mm-hmm. You just got to put your ears to the ground and just listen. You just got to listen. So, and the thing is, and I don't get frustrated when people don't use live video. I get frustrated when people tell me, I'm not getting any business, I need leads, I need help, I need this, but then they're not implementing what I'm teaching them to do. And that's where I get frustrated. And I say, if you don't try, you're never going to know if it works. So that's, at the end of the day, that's it.
So, yeah, my dad used to have that same saying. I was a theater major in college. And when I got to the big boys, it was my junior and senior year, and I had to really play the hard ball. I had this moment, and I told my dad, I said, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to put myself out there. And he said, well, here's the thing. If you don't try, the answer is no. Mm-hmm. So if you don't try it, that you know what your answer is. But if you try, there's always the opportunity of yes. And mm-hmm. opportunity of just what's out there, of things can change and things can morph, and your direction may change in life, which mine did. And like you said, your direction changed in life, and who would have thought where either of us would be? And that's where I want to leave this, ladies and gentlemen. She is the unicorn breeder. This is Trish Leto. And if you are not following her, shame on you. Because let me tell you, she does create magical beatings. She does press live with purpose. And I am honored and flat out blessed, actually, to know her and to have her on today, because she took the time on Memorial Day weekend with her family to take time away from her kids and her husband to do this. And that's where I want to leave this. I want to leave this thanking you, Trish, thanking for your time, thanking for your expertise, thank you for your service. Thanking everybody online for their service and their continual service and your support. And I want to leave it with you doing nothing but saying who you are, where can they find you, and where can they keep following you and becoming your best friend.
Oh my God, Vanessa, I just adore you. So thank you again very, very much for having me. And thank you for all the kind words. I can't tell you how much it means to me. It's nice when your hard work and your dedication and your mission are recognized by other people who are equally amazing at what they do. So thank you so much again. My name is Trish Leto. I am the founder of 5 Minute Lives, a simple yet effective strategy for using just 5 minutes of live video to get in front of your audience and start going from overlooked to overbooked. You can find me at trishleto.com, Trish Leto on LinkedIn, Trish Leto on Facebook, The Expert Connection on Instagram, and also I am The Expert Connection on anchor.fm. My podcast is out there. So if you look me up on Google, I take about 6 to 7 pages up because I have one hell of an SEO guy. Yeah, So I primarily work with service-based businesses, and that is my primary function. And anything that you need whatsoever, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. And Vanessa, thank you again so much. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. Again, this has been VIDI Tips with Vanessa. I'm Vanessa Lane with View It, Do It. It has been my honor and my pleasure to be speaking with this badass veteran woman, Trish Leto. Please, again, go find her, go follow her, be her best friend, see what she's doing, watch her lives. Again, Vanessa Lane, View It, Do It. Again, you can find me LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and remember, I create and my husband creates and we create banging media on a broke-ass budget. I'll see you next time, and thank you, Trish, so much, and you have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Bye.
Back at you.